The mind is an illusion. Unraveling peace with Bodhidharma's wisdom. Welcome, dear listeners, to another soul-stirring episode of Philosophies for Life. I'm your host, and today we're traveling back over 500 years to uncover the profound teachings of one of the most influential Buddhist monks in history, Bodhidharma. If Gautam Buddha planted the seeds of Buddhism, it was Bodhidharma who carried those seeds across the towering Himalayas from India to China, where they blossomed into what we now know as Zen Buddhism. His story, especially his encounter with Emperor Bu, is not just a historical tale, it's a timeless lesson on finding peace in a restless mind. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a warm cup of tea, and let's dive into this ancient wisdom that feels just as relevant today as it did centuries ago. Now let's set the stage. Imagine the vast, rugged landscapes of ancient China, where Emperor Bu, a powerful ruler, is tormented by a mind that refuses to rest. He's heard of the serenity of Buddhist teachings and has waited years for someone to guide him toward peace. Enter Bodhidharma, a monk whose very presence seems to carry the weight of unshakable calm. When the emperor pleads for help, saying, "My mind wanders endlessly. Can you put it at ease?" Bodhidharma's response is both cryptic and piercing. He says, "Where is this restless mind of yours? Bring it to me, and I'll calm it down right now." The emperor is baffled. "Bring my mind? How do you even do that?" Bodhidharma, with a knowing glint in his eye, adds, "Come back tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. and don't forget to bring your troubled mind with you." This exchange, my friends, is the heart of today's episode. Over the next few days, Emperor Bu returns, sits in meditation under Bodhidharma's guidance, and searches for this elusive mind that's been causing him so much distress. Each time, Bodhidharma asks, "Have you found it yet?" And each time, the emperor comes up empty-handed. Finally, after days of searching within himself, Emperor Bu opens his eyes and admits, "I didn't find a disturbed mind, but I did find the peace I was looking for." Bodhidharma smiles and says, "Whenever you feel unrest, sit quietly, look inside and search for this disturbance. You won't find it, but you will find a calm, stable presence within you." Let's pause here for a moment. Isn't this story striking? It's almost as if Bodhidharma is playing a cosmic game with the emperor. But there's a deeper truth at play. One of Bodhidharma's core teachings, which echoes through Zen philosophy, is this: the mind is not a thing to be grasped. It is merely a collection of thoughts. When thoughts cease, the mind disappears. This reminds me of a beautiful quote by the modern spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle, who said, "The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it." Think about that. How often do we blame external circumstances for our unrest, when really, it's the storm of thoughts swirling inside us? Let's unpack this philosophically. Bodhidharma's lesson to Emperor Bu reveals a profound truth about the nature of the mind. We often treat the mind as a concrete entity, something we can control, fix, or even lose. But in reality, as Bodhidharma teaches, the mind is an illusion, a bundle of fleeting thoughts that come and go like clouds in the sky. When we stop identifying with these thoughts, when we stop chasing or fighting them, we discover what's beneath, a vast, peaceful awareness. This is what spiritual traditions across the world point to, whether it's the Buddhist concept of no mind, or the Hindu idea of Atman, the eternal self beyond thought. It's a reminder that peace isn't something we need to find outside ourselves. It's already within, waiting to be uncovered. Now, let's bring this down to earth. How does this ancient story connect to our modern lives, where mental unrest seems to be a universal struggle? Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. Maybe it was a deadline at work, a conflict in a relationship, or just the endless chatter of what-ifs in your head. In those moments, we're like Emperor Bu, desperate for someone or something to calm our minds. But Bodhidharma's challenge to the Emperor is a challenge to us too. Can we stop running from our thoughts and turn inward to see what's really there? This isn't just a spiritual exercise. It's a practical tool for mental and emotional well-being. Studies in mindfulness and neuroscience, like those discussed in the book Buddha's Brain by Rick Hanson, show that observing our thoughts without judgment can rewire our brains for greater calm and resilience. So, here's a practical lesson you can apply right now. The next time you feel anxious or unsettled, take a page from Emperor Bu's journey. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and just watch your thoughts. Don't try to stop them or argue with them. Imagine you're sitting by a busy road, watching cars pass by. The thoughts are the cars. They come, they go. You don't need to jump into every car, right? Just observe. Bodhidharma taught that the more you search for this so-called disturbed mind, the more you'll realize it doesn't exist. What you'll find instead is a stillness, a part of you that's untouched by the chaos. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Over time, this practice can transform how you relate to stress, relationships, and even your own self-doubt. Let me share a quick personal story to bring this home. A few years ago, I was going through a rough patch. Work stress, family worries, the works. My mind was a tornado, and I felt like I was drowning in it. Then, I stumbled upon mindfulness practices inspired by teachings like Bodhidharma's. I started sitting quietly each morning, just watching my thoughts. At first, it felt ridiculous. I mean, how do you watch a thought? But slowly, I noticed something. The more I observed without getting tangled up, the quieter my mind became. It wasn't that the problems disappeared, but I wasn't a prisoner to them anymore. I found that calm, stable presence Bodhidharma spoke of, and it changed everything. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the key takeaway from Bodhidharma's encounter with Emperor Bu. The mind, with all its restlessness, is not a solid enemy to be fought. It's a mirage of thoughts we can learn to see through. True peace doesn't come from controlling the mind, but from realizing it was never there to control in the first place. Whether you're struggling with mental unrest, financial worries, or emotional turbulence, remember this. Sit with yourself. Look within and ask, where is this disturbance? You won't find it, but you will find peace. I encourage you to take this practice into your daily life. Maybe start tomorrow morning, just like Emperor Bu, at 4 a.m. Okay, or maybe a more reasonable hour like 7 a.m. Set aside a few moments to search for that restless mind. And if you're curious to dive deeper, check out books like Buddha's Brain or Being to Becoming Buddha for more insights on rewiring your mind for peace. Let's not just listen to these ancient stories. Let's live them. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time and wisdom on Philosophies for Life. Until next time, keep searching within, keep finding peace, and remember, you are more than your thoughts. See you soon, my friends.